Hello everybody, my name is Queen. I'm a chemical engineer and this is my third year.
I'm Alessia. I'm also in my third year of biomedical engineering.
I'm Jamie. I'm a chemical engineer and I'm also a junior.
My name is Robert. I'm also a chemical engineer and this is my third year. So all of us have pretty good presentation and group skills since we're all engineers. We do work in groups very often in all of our engineering classes, and in some of our engineering classes like the materials science engineering class, we did have to present a presentation in our lab group and in the actual class. So we all have presentation skills along with group skills.
Okay, so this is our Project 2 oral briefing, and the topic we've chosen to work on this semester is awareness of organizations aiding in mental illnesses. So we've noticed that there are a lot of organizations around campus, including CAPS, that help those with mental illnesses, but at the same time, not a lot of students on campus know about these organizations. So our goal throughout this project is to find different methods to help bring awareness of these organizations to students so that those students can get help if needed. And so this is our outline for this presentation. So first off, we have our purpose. So we're going to talk more about our topic and the significance of our topic, why we chose it, more about the organization we're going to be in contact with. And then second, we're going to talk about team member contributions. So we each have a specific role we're going to focus on throughout this entire project. So we're going to talk about those, and then we're also going to talk about how we're going to split all the tasks, including how we're going to split the research and how we're going to split creating the presentations. And then third, we're going to talk about our modes of communication and accountability. So the modes of communication, this includes that we're going to meet in person, as well as what softwares we're going to use to communicate outside of meeting in person, as well as the presentation softwares we're going to use, such as Google Slides that we're using right now. And then as well as that, we're going to talk about the accountability, what all of us are going to do to make sure that we stay responsible and stay on top of everything we have to do. And then lastly, we're going to be talking about our schedule. So right now we have a tentative schedule since we're not exactly sure all that we're going to be doing, but we're going to talk a little bit about our goals and what we plan to have done each week.
So, like stated, the organization that we're going to focus on is the Counseling and Psychological Services, also known as CAPS. And this is a university agency that provides psychological services, counseling, and also an outreach to students who are dealing with mental illnesses. And we've done some minimal research on what this organization is by going through their website, and we've seen that they have created like events or like outreach events just to bring more awareness to mental illnesses. And I think that for the purpose of this project, we should try to help improve their overall visibility or their overall apparentness to students on campus who are dealing with mental illnesses. So we're trying to come up with like different methods or ways in order to try to get organizations much more available to the students, just to make them realize that there are resources like these available on campus. And we realized that this project should go forward because after doing some research on mental illnesses, we realized that mental illness is a huge problem within our everyday lives within this country, especially. And with college students, like they have a very busy life, such as they're trying to balance their education life, or they're trying to deal with personal things in life, or they have to deal with work. So just pretty much puts them into a position where they have a lot of things on their plate, and this kind of leads to feelings of like stress and overwhelmment for them, which may lead to them develop mental illnesses such as depression or anxiety. And with organizations like these on campus, we feel like students tend to not realize like what is available to them on campus. So pretty much like after this project, we hope that our strategies and our methods would actually help CAPS organization to become much more apparent to its target audience. And we realize that suicide is much more common than homicide, which is pretty significant because like people who actually take their own lives, like they're usually the people who deal with mental illnesses, or they have struggles with their state of mind, so they usually resort to suicide as like the answer to their problems. And we've also seen that through research that 1/4 adults between the ages of 18 and 24 have a diagnosable mental illness. And this is also significant because within that age range is when people start to attend college, or they start to, attend work, or they start to have things going on with their lives. And to say that 25% of the adults within that age range are suffering from a mental illness is pretty significant. And pretty much like the project's overall intention is just to try to bring that number down, and hopefully just to help people who are struggling with feelings of depression or anxiety or any other mental illnesses.
Alright, so for our team member contributions, I will be in charge of taking notes of our discussions during our meetings, so writing down any important information that we discuss, any research that we do during the meetings, I will take notes of that, as well as taking notes of any emails we send between organizations, and writing down any due dates that we confirm within our groups and our meetings. Just taking notes of all of that.
And my role is to keep a team agenda of what we do throughout each and every single week leading up to our formal proposal. And I am pretty much the one to ensure that the team is on track with everything that we need to do, just to make sure that we are on the right track of our tasks, of our weekly schedules.
And then I'll be in charge of fielding all the emails between the professor, getting all of the information he gives me and sharing it with my team members, as well as emailing him if we have any questions or if we want any feedback.
So my job is also going to be keeping a log of what we're doing. So I'm going to be keeping people on track by reminding them what needs to be done and what we have done, and just a constant reminder of those two things will keep everybody accountable and make sure everyone does their task. So besides everyone having their own individual contributions, we have agreed that everyone is going to be a part of the research and writing part of all of our presentations and work. So this is just going to be easier on us. It's just easier if everyone contributes there. Everyone research, everyone writes. It'll get things done a lot faster, and everyone will stay more accountable. And we'll also assign more tasks to everybody after each meeting. Since we're not exactly sure what everyone's going to do for every part of every project, when the projects come our way, we will then make everyone have their tasks according to what we know. So for our modes of communication, we will meet in person every week. So far we have met in person every week, and it has worked out well. You get more done in person. We can talk physically and brainstorm a lot easier than if we were using WhatsApp, which is our other mode of communication. If we can't meet that week, WhatsApp is a great way to communicate. We have been trying to use it every day to update everyone on what needs to be done, what has been done, and our goals for that week. So if we can't meet in person, Skype will be our next best bet. So Skype will allow us to have some sort of face-to-face interaction, so we should be able to get things done a lot faster and quicker. So we haven't used Skype yet, and we don't want to. We are going to try to meet in person, but if it comes down to it, we will use Skype. So for Google Slides, that is what we made this presentation on, and what we will make all of our future presentations on. It's very easy for group work. You can track who has done what in the presentation. It keeps everyone accountable. It's very easy to use in groups. So for our screen capture software, we're going to be using Screen-O-Matic. So this is capturing our voice, our slides, and all of our faces. And then Google Docs will be used for keeping all of our useful information. So any contact information that we have, any research that we have done, anything that needs to be done, and pretty much everything throughout the semester is going to be kept on Google Docs. We will keep updating it weekly of what we have to do and what needs to be done.
Alright, so this is our tentative schedule. For week 1, we left it for most of our research, so researching CAPS and other organizations around campus, kind of figuring out what they stand for, things that they offer, so resources that they offer, and events that they may put on. whether it's emailing the organizations themselves or researching online. We just kind of want to get to know what the organizations are about, and also mental illnesses that they help, and more about these mental illnesses so that we can be better or just more informed about them going further through this project. And then our week 2, we will be creating surveys to understand Wayne State students, so trying to figure out what the students around campus know already about these organizations, or if they know anything at all, just so that we can have a basis of where to start, or just like a baseline, so that later on when we do implement solutions, we can see if this has changed, so if we actually brought awareness to students, or if we have to change our solutions. And then week 3, we left for brainstorming and creating possible solutions to actually implement the following week. And then week 5, we will actually gain feedback, so whether it's creating surveys again or polls, we will get back to asking students questions, try to figure out what they now know, seeing if our methods actually made a difference in bringing awareness to these students about these organizations. And then we will evaluate our solution and troubleshoot. So if our solution didn't work, we can actually brainstorm possible new solutions. Or if our solution did kind of work, but we want to make more improvements on it, we can do that then. And then actually we'll leave a week to actually implement the modifications or the new methods if necessary. And although our ultimate goal is to broaden or to bring awareness to students around campus, around Wayne State campus about these organizations, if we can bring awareness, we can broaden our impact and bring awareness to other campuses around Detroit, that would be awesome, as well as just bring awareness in general to Detroit. So we can actually hopefully implement these solutions to these organizations like CAPS, and then have them hopefully create a permanent solution. So in this project, we will create kind of a temporary fix by kind of getting all these students to know about these organizations, but hopefully we could actually implement a permanent solution that organizations like CAPS can implement for the years to come, so that new students coming into school here at Wayne State will actually know right away about these organizations and the resources being offered to them.
So in conclusion, we feel like this project should be put forward because mental illness is like a really big issue within our country, and it has been an issue like over the past years or so. And what we are trying to do is we're trying to create and also implement methods for organizations to use this so that it could bring much more awareness, much more attention to the public, and hopefully that these methods and ways could also be used by other organizations in order to get their message across to like many people like within campus.
So we will be communicating mostly in person throughout the semester, and if it's not in person, we will be using WhatsApp for day-to-day communication and Skype if we need to have face-to-face interaction.
And then we all also have agreed to adhere to our rules, so we all will make sure that we're completing all the tasks that are to be done and making sure that we stay on top of what our specific role is, and also meeting in person every week. We'll make sure that we're all accountable and do our tasks.
And although we have a pretty laid out schedule, it is subject to change. So we have like a week or two as a buffer week so that we can, if we need more time in, say, implementing the solutions, we can leave a little more time for that, or take a little less time from other weeks as well, so that can change throughout the semester.
Okay, do you guys have any questions? Make sure to like, comment down below, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.